Season 2, Episode 2.
Woo! Welcome to another episode of Sonia Perez podcast with our new co-host, Jay.
Yes.
This is Episode 2. We are on Season 2, so make sure you are liking, sharing, subscribing, and following all of our socials, which is Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Yep. So on this episode, we're going to talk about raising teens in 2 generations. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about what it was like when I was growing up versus what it's like now in this generation with Jay growing up. Mm-hmm. So before we start, how are you, Jay?
I'm doing good.
What is new this week?
There's not that much new. I got my report card this weekend. I had A's and B's, of course, you know.
A's. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of you. You're always keeping up with your work. Mind you.
Yes. I'm being proactive on my work because, you know, a little something's going on this weekend, so.
Yes, and mind you, last year she got an award for literally missing school but still not having any missing assignments.
Yeah. No, like actually I got an award.
Yes, she got an award for that. So Jay never has missing assignments. She's always kept up with her work, and she enjoys it, and I believe her teachers enjoy her too.
Yeah.
So as we start our conversation here today, we're gonna start with the first question, which is, I think it's more for, well, we'll both chime in on it.
Yeah.
What are some biggest differences you see between how we grew up and how teens are growing up today? Mm-hmm. So I would say, like back in the day, who knows when, because I'm not gonna say my age, but I will have to say that growing up back then is very different than now, because I feel like now you guys have the pressure of like everyone has a cell phone. Like I remember when I was in middle school, like it was really rare for somebody to have a cell phone, and like you would be considered like super cool if you had a cell phone, and it was like literally like those old flip phones like the Razor phones, if you guys remember what those were. And not until like I went into high school was like a little bit more common that like kids had phones. But still, even then, like we had MySpace, and it was like really it was like really hard to have one because you would need to have the internet. And so like there was kids that had it, but it wasn't like every kid had it. So I feel like then we didn't have that pressure of like being the coolest kid on Instagram or being the coolest kid on TikTok. Like we didn't have none of that. So I don't know how it feels now. Like, what does your generation say? Like, because I've heard that kids get bullied by the type of phone they have.
Yeah, and also, like, if you don't have a phone, like, you're kind of weird. Like, oh, why don't you have a phone?
Like, are you in trouble, bro?
Yeah. Like, if you don't have your phone, you're in trouble, or, you know, your parents don't allow you to have a phone. So yeah, if you don't have a phone, it's kind of hard to communicate with people too, like in your class or something. So yeah, it's like kind of rare not having a phone, I guess.
Yeah,
it's kind of like the opposite.
Talking about phones, the phone's ringing right now. But yeah, I could just imagine, because I know, how old were you when you got your first phone?
Like 6, 7.
6, 7. Oh goodness. Yeah.
No, like I was 7. Yeah.
And then when your dad and I got divorced, after that, like I felt like the phone was super helpful, and I was so for you having a phone, because we're the type of parents that when you're not with us, like we like to be calling you, we like to be texting you.
My mom calls me and texts me a lot, and my dad too.
Yes, so like there's always like even instances when I want to say goodnight and I feel like I can call your phone. Mateo has a tablet, so that's like connected to like FaceTime and iMessage. So I feel like in that instance, it's very like it's very good, because at least you could communicate with your parents for those kind of situations. But what do you think about as far as like cyberbullying and like kids having to feel the need to be on social media? Like it's so much more accessible what you can see on your phone.
Yeah, I think cyberbullying is like a big issue that we have today. And it should not be a thing at all. Like, when you were growing up, did you have cyberbullying?
No, I did not have cyberbullying at all.
Well, yeah, that's like a big issue, and we do talk about it at school. Like, sometimes we do presentations on it, and I think that should be taken like very seriously. And yeah, there was like this one year that there was like a bot page or whatever. I'm like, bro, it was like for all schools, and it was just like not a good thing. It was on TikTok. But yeah, I think that just needs to stop.
And there's so much that we can talk about. Like, I feel like there's so many serious situations that you can get yourself into. If you're
not even like bullying, but like stuff with
suicide.
Yeah. And
like, literally kids can learn how to commit suicide with their phones,
like ChatGPT. Like,
that is something really new. And it shouldn't happen. Like, I know somebody that their child learned literally because what they were seeing on their phone or on the internet, they learned how to commit suicide. And that is like such an issue, because that shouldn't even be permitted online. And even like YouTube videos, like keeping kids on the kids YouTube and things like that, even then it's hard, because I have to always constantly be telling Mateo, what are you watching? Like, make sure you're watching something. And I remember when you were younger, I would be like, you can't watch certain things. Like,
yeah, like SpongeBob. Really? Mom, come on.
You always have to bring that up. But it's a very broad and very long conversation that we can have about having your phones, and, you know, what you can see and what you should be limited on. Like, I feel like teens should be on social media, but to use it for a positive thing, like
spreading the gospel.
Yeah, like that, or just watching positive videos. Like, maybe they have to watch a video for homework. I don't know. Maybe I think different. Maybe I'm old fashioned. But do you think kids have it easier or harder today in this generation?
Oh, well, I was also going to bring up something about social media. I have some friends that don't have social media, and I feel like they're just like more kinder than other people that do have social media. I feel like people that have been on social media since they were like really, really little, and then some people that don't have any social media, I feel like those are very two different people. Personalities. So
and then the thing that I feel like I've taught you, and like we've learned hard ways and good ways, that whatever you post on social media, like, it stays there forever,
and it's gonna come back to you eventually.
Yes. And regardless if you take it down, regardless if you try
it's still gonna be on social media and online,
because people download it, people share it, people hold it on their phones.
Once you post something, it's like it never goes away. So
yes,
be very, very like think about what you post before you do it.
Yes, definitely. So back to the question, do you think kids have it harder or easier today?
In some ways they have it harder, and some ways they have it easier. I feel like going like school wise, academic wise, I feel like they have it easier because technology is so like common, so you could just look up something and it's like right in front of your face. But I feel like in the olden days when my mom was little, you had to like look in the dictionary or in textbooks. I feel like that's a little harder, because like you actually had to go to the library and find a book.
Well, actually, it would make you smarter.
Well, yeah, it would make you smarter, but it was like a lot more work. Yeah, and also harder because, if you don't have social media or a phone or whatever kind of phone you have, you can get bullied for it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I remember we had gone to set up your phone, and the T-Mobile representative was like, my sister was literally getting bullied because of her phone, and I had to get her a new phone because she kept getting bullied. I remember. That's just crazy how kids can bully you for the type of shoes you wear, for the type of clothes you wear, like, because it's not a certain brand. That's just crazy. And I feel like we need to start at home. I feel like we need to start to talk to our children and tell them, this is not okay for you to categorize or for you to point out something that somebody doesn't have. And I feel like I always try to tell you guys to count your blessings and to be grateful for the things that you do have. Because, I feel like I have it way easier with Mateo because he doesn't know about brands. And you are always about, like, wearing some type of shoe. And it's more expensive. And, but as you get older, you want different things. And that's how it is. So teens often say that they don't feel understood by parents. Why do you think this happens, Jay?
Okay, well, I think that especially like Hispanics, like not trying to get into race or anything, but I feel like Hispanics think that like mental health is not like a thing. Like, oh, you're crying, okay, it's fine, just get over it. Like,
shake it
you're
off.
strong, but like sometimes it's not. It just doesn't take that. Like, it takes more than that. And so,
but I've always told you that mental health is,
but I feel like some friends that I have, like, they don't their parents are like not that understanding.
They're not open to it.
They're like, oh, what is that? Like, that's weird. Like, that's for only like weird people. That's for like people that are crazy.
No, and therapy is so important. Therapy is a form of healing. It's a form of, not keeping everything bottled up inside. And it's important to have a professional advise you on your life situations and whatever is going on. So therapy to me has always been important. Mental health has always been important. I've done therapy many, many times with many different people, and or I should say many different professionals. And I think it's important because if we don't go to the right professionals for the situations that we go through, then we just carry those situations and then we pass it on to our little ones, and I don't think that it should be that way.
And I think it's not that prioritize like your mental health. I think that even like the person that's going through mental health issues, like maybe they would feel judged, and maybe it's like not talked about that much in your household, so you would feel like, oh, like they're gonna judge me, they're gonna think I'm weird, and they're gonna treat me differently.
And another topic is, as moms, we sometimes forget what it's like to be a teen. And I feel like I'm guilty of that because sometimes I'm so set up in like where I am now. And I'm like, dang, like I remember when I was Jay's age and my life was very different, very, very different than Jay's. Like my life was nothing like yours. But I definitely do remember what it's like being a teen. And it's hard to go back into that era because, like, I feel like I'm an adult and, like, yes, I'm a mom and I have a business. And then there's so many things going through your head already as a business owner. And sometimes we do forget. But I feel like I wouldn't mind if you would tell me, like, Mom, how would you feel at this age if you were going through this or something like that? Like, being kind of, like, mindful and reminding me wouldn't be a bad idea, So, how different is school life now with social media, peer pressure, or mental health struggles? I think social media has brought a lot of problems with our children and teens. Because we're so stuck on what they are teaching us, like what we're supposed to look like what the trends, like what we're supposed to be acting like. And that's why it's so important for us parents to start at home and always have healthy conversations with our children.
And also I feel like on social media, religion is not talked about that much, especially if you're not looking for it. Like, you're not just gonna be scrolling on TikTok and just stumble across a religious video if you're not, like on that side of TikTok. Like, it's not just gonna pop up randomly. So I think that social media does, like, especially if you don't have a relationship with God, I feel like that kind of does, like, go into, like, it holds you back from your religion, I feel like. And I feel like social media is just teaching bad things, and you have to actually, like, I'm on the side of TikTok that is, like, religious. So, yeah, I feel like if you're not, like, looking for a relationship with God, that you won't get that on social media either. So
And so a next question is, what advice would I give my teen about fitting in and being confident? And my advice would be, like, growing up, I didn't have any friends, and I was like the oddball. Like, I know it's really weird to say, like, now that I look back at it, but, like, I really didn't have any friends. Like, I remember I would sit at the lunch table and I would, like, be sitting by myself. Maybe when I got to high school, maybe I was, like, a little bit more like in a
was
friend
it
group.
just like, were you not social, or
I just feel like
you didn't connect with students?
I just feel like, yeah, like, I feel like I couldn't connect. And, you know, I went to school with my sister, and we were in the same grade, and she was really cooler than me. Like, she was the one skipping school and, you know, doing the bad things that would make you fit in. And I just was scared to do those kind of things. Like, I really did have a fear.
I also feel like now, if you have good grades, well, school's, like, not all that bad. It's not about, you know, I feel like our generation has matured a little, just a tiny tiny bit more. But I think that if you have good grades, like, you're kind of considered cool. And if you're like, you know,
Kind of flipped.
you know, yeah. And I feel like if it was your, you know, in your generation, if you have, like, good grades, you're like a nerd. But yeah, if you have, like, F's, you're kind of like, oh, I don't want to hang out with you because you, like, that's your reputation, you know. I feel like in my school, we don't really have that many bad kids, but there are some kids that have behavioral issues. But like, in my class, if you get a detention, that kind of, like, ruins our grade reputation, because, like, our reputation is, like, we're the leaders of the school because we're the oldest in the school. So we have to have a good reputation. And I kind of get mad that kids get detentions, because it's like, come on, guys, it's not that hard. Like, I haven't gotten a detention, I haven't even gotten a check. Like, just stay on top of it, and that's all you have to do. But yeah,
That's awesome. That's awesome that you think that way and that you have that type of mindset, because not everybody has that kind of thinking. And so I think that's awesome. But back to my advice on how, like, fitting in and how to stay confident. Like, I would feel like you're on the right track. Like, just be you. Focus in your school. Focus in your grades and your sports. Like, I feel like you're doing so great. And I feel like that's what's going to get you to success and accomplishments. I truly do think so. Because if you're so worried about who you're surrounded with and what table you're sitting at, like, you're never going to get anywhere in life, because you're just worried about, like, who is going with you, when really you shouldn't be worried about that. You should be worried about, like, getting into the best school and, you know, choosing a great career. And I've always told you, like, if you don't want to choose a career, that's completely fine, but just having a really great business idea, which I think you already have. We've talked about it, and we're going to do another episode on business and business ideas and things like that, because, you know, Jay's a young entrepreneur and she knows a lot about holding a business at her young age. But yeah, that's what I would say. Growing up, it wasn't easy for me to keep friends. I think I had only one friend that I still have now, which is considered my best friend, and she was like I met her in kindergarten, so she's like one that I can say, like, growing up. But the rest, it's like I have very few on Facebook. But it's not something that, like, I grew up close to, like, having lots of friends. Like, that just wasn't, unfortunately, it a me thing. Like, I think the schools that we went to, well, I went to, and because I went to school in the same grade as my sister, it was really hard for me to make friends. So, yeah.
My advice to my generation is don't focus on your friends. Like, don't. Because they're not going to be there to help you when you're growing up. When you're, like, in your future. They're not going to be there to help you. They're going to be focusing on themselves. Which some of you guys do need to focus on your guys' selves. Stop worrying about what other people think of you and just focus on yourself. Like, oh, they probably think that I'm weird. Okay, well, then let them think that. But you know that you're not weird. And also, like, focus on your relationship with God and who your true friends are. Like, look around you and ask them, like, are you really, like, ask yourself, are they really your friends? Like, are they helping you with your grades? Are they leading you to good decisions? Are they making you have bad decisions? And also focus on your school, because that's something that is going to actually help you in the future. And just make sure you have all your work turned in. And yeah.
Okay, so what do you think us parents can do to help our children feel more loved and heard?
So I think that having, like, deep conversations with your kids can also help with that, because depression is literally, like, invisible. Like, someone can literally have depression and have a smile on their face and you wouldn't even know it. So I think that just whenever you even see one slight thing, like, wrong, like, just ask them, are you okay? And don't be too hard on your kids. Like, even though you want them to succeed, like, sometimes you do it overly, and that also puts, weight on their back, because they could be going through so much things at school, like bullying, and they don't tell you about it. So I think that just having deep conversations with your children, and yeah.
And staying connected with teachers too, like with their teachers.
Yeah.
Because you can learn so much from that. And sometimes when you don't do that, then it's too late when something happens.
Yeah, way too late. So I think especially parent-teacher conferences, I think that's a very important thing to go to. Like, even if you can't make it in person, like, make a Zoom over video. I don't know what it's called. But yeah.
All right. Well, this was such a great episode. It seriously impacts me on how you answer these questions, like, not expecting it at all. But yeah, this is great. And on the next episode, we're going to have greater topics. And I want to thank you for expressing yourself the way that you did today. And I will definitely work on the things that we talked about today. And make sure you guys watch us on the next episode 3 coming soon. We will be posting every other week on Sundays at 7. So make sure you follow us on all social medias for our video clips that we post. We are constantly posting on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can see the full video. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, and help us promote our podcast.
And if you guys want us to talk about any other topics, just tell us, like, on the comments or whatever, and we will definitely put that into our podcast
list. Yes,
in our podcast.
All right. Well, you guys have a safe weekend. Bye, guys.